That's wounded masculine energy. You don't actually feel safe unless you're in control. You don't feel worthy unless you're proving, overachieving, or overworking. And actually, you're always performing, you're always overworking, you're always overachieving. That is not strength, that is wounded masculine energy. Your wounded masculine energy is sabotaging you. Let's get right into the video. I'm not going to waste any time. Wounded masculine energy is you being in survivor mode. It's what you develop when you believe your worth equals your worthiness. Your ability to perform equals your worthiness. Your ability to achieve, overachieve equals your worthiness. And wounded masculine energy is in all of us or has been in all of us at some point. It exists in men and in women. We need a polarity of both to really thrive. Wounded masculine energy is not strength. It's self-preservation, it's protection. So how do you know that this is what you're stuck in? You feel guilty resting or asking for help. That really means you feel guilty receiving. You micromanage everything, even in relationships. You over-identify with achievement. So you wear burnout as a badge of honor. Hustle culture, girl boss, I can do it all by myself. You wear all of that as a badge of honor. That's for the girls, but of course this could go for men or women. You shut down during conflict. You have trouble regulating your emotions. You have trouble expressing yourself. You stay in your head to avoid feeling. You never feel like what you're doing is enough, or you don't feel good enough. You're always waiting for rejection, abandonment, or failure. You really want softness, but you do not feel comfortable living in it. You chase goals, but you're truly never satisfied. You shrink your emotions because you don't want to be too much. You show up very strong, but you're deeply disconnected. You feel the need to fix everything, everyone, and no one asks you to. You rather shut down than say how you really feel. You equate vulnerability or showing your vulnerable side to being weak or being less than. Or you think being vulnerable won't make you respected. You equate being busy to being valuable. You avoid celebrating yourself because you're already thinking of the next goal, the next milestone, and you can't wait to get there. You get uncomfortable when people give you compliments. You're not willing to be open to receive them. You can't relax until everything is done perfectly. You either keep attracting emotionally unavailable people or you become one. You're either all in or completely detached. There's no in between. You see emotional needs as a burden, especially your own. You associate love needing to be earned, needing to be a performance, instead of associating it with presence. You pride yourself on being low maintenance when deep down inside, you're craving more. You get stressed when things feel too good and you're waiting for it to all fall apart. You always have to have the last word. You always have to be right. You think emotions need to be managed, not felt. You're addicted to independence, but lonely in your self-sufficiency. You associate rest with laziness and softness with weakness. Your wounded masculine energy is sabotaging everything and you might not even know it. It's sabotaging your softness, your relationships, your ability to be present or to receive love, or your nervous system, and your growth. When you have wounded masculine energy, this does not appear out of thin air. It comes from somewhere. This version of you is trained and you've adapted to survive. So where does wounded masculine energy actually come from? Let's get into it. Somewhere along the way, we learned that stillness is lazy, that expressing emotions or being emotional makes us hard to love, or we're too much. Asking for help is weakness, and to be safe, chosen, or respected, we have to earn it. If you grew up in a household where you were praised for all the things that you did, not just for who you were or who you are, or maybe you had emotionally unavailable parents and you had to be the parent or you had to be the strong one. And we know society loves to wear burnout as a badge of honor, loves a girl boss, and loves the hustle culture. We're fed so many messages, whether it's from growing up or whether it's from society on who we're supposed to be. Other times, wounded masculine energy is learned from trauma or chaos. Maybe you had a partner who made you feel like you were hard to love, or wasn't a safe place to express your emotions, or you were often labeled as too much, dramatic, needy. And that's when you're going to start to lead with logic and not love. And then softness does not feel safe. Growing up, you were probably praised for being the mature one, the overachiever, the most responsible one. And you started believing being calm, capable, and in control is the only way that made you lovable. You stopped showing that you were hurt, and you started performing just to get praise. If any of this resonates with you, please hear me and understand that You didn't choose this. You were doing this to be in survivor mode. You were doing this to protect yourself. You were doing this because it's what you needed to do. And you don't have to do that anymore. So many of us are stuck in this wounded masculine state because we were never shown or taught that softness, rest, and receiving are also valid and that they're okay. And of course, if you've been hurt and you let your guard down, you regret letting your guard down, and then you want that to never happen again. You start to rely on logic and your brain instead of your heart and your feelings or your emotions. But I have a question for you. Do you still need to do that? Do you still need to keep self-preserving yourself in this wounded masculine energy state? Do you want to keep surviving or do you want to start living? Healing your wounded masculine energy doesn't mean you abandon this energy or abandon this part of you. I want to share a visual with you so you can see what wounded and healthy masculine energy both look like. Wounded masculine energy is usually learned. In a healthy state, masculine energy anchors you. In a wounded state, it traps you. We pick it up when softness, vulnerability, or being emotional wasn't accepted. So, how do we start healing wounded masculine energy? Stop treating softness as a threat, stop confusing burnout with success, and stop believing that we have to prove yourself to be loved. Here's how you're going to heal your wounded masculine energy. Learn to receive help, compliments, and support. Practice softness with yourself. Journal, meditate, list out daily gratitudes, or create a self-care or beauty ritual just for you. Slow down your thoughts and sit with them. Trust your body and your emotions, not just your logic. Release the need to control every outcome. Let yourself be seen without performing. Stop using rest as a reward for overdoing, overachieving, and overproving. Use rest as self-love, self-care, or to reaffirm your worthiness, not as a reward for overdoing, overachieving, or overproving yourself. I'd like you to make these shifts to start to heal your wounded masculine energy, and I also want to give you some affirmations to help do this. Here are the mindset shifts that I want you to make. I feel weak when I need someone. We're going to shift this to needing support is okay, and I am human. I need to do more to be loved. We're going to shift this to love doesn't require effort to prove, only presence to receive. Being emotional makes me less stable. We're going to shift this to emotional honesty makes me more grounded, not less. If I'm not performing, I'm invisible, I won't be seen. We're going to shift this to my presence is enough. I don't need to perform to be valued. I can't rest until everything is done. We're going to shift this to my peace doesn't have to be postponed. I get to rest now, not just when I've earned it. I need to keep it together so I'm respected. We're going to shift this to I'm allowed to be safe and it is still powerful. No one shows up for me. We're going to shift this to I'm learning how to let people show up for me. I don't have to prove I'm low maintenance just to be worthy. I have to stay sharp so I don't get hurt. We're going to shift this to I protect myself best when I lead with love, not fear. If I slow down, I'll fall behind. We're going to shift this to alignment will take me far more places than force ever will. If I don't do it, no one will. We're going to shift this to I don't have to carry everything alone. It's safe to trust and to delegate. I need to be in control to feel safe. We're going to shift this to I can be grounded and still trust that life will meet me halfway. I'm only valuable when I'm achieving. We're going to shift this to my worth isn't tied to what I do. It's who I am, even when I rest. Showing emotions makes me weak. We're going to shift this to there is strength in being seen. I don't have to carry everything in silence. Here's what healing might look like in your real everyday life. After you've reframed your mindset and after you've made those mindset shifts. Receiving without guilt, compliments, support, help. Intentionally slowing down before you burn out. Sitting with your feelings instead of trying to fix them or bury them or not feel them. That means to let yourself express those emotions, journal those emotions. Don't just use logic. Doing things to reconnect you with your feminine energy. Have a self-care ritual, have a beauty ritual, move your body, wear something soft and elegant. Let yourself know that it's safe for your feminine energy to lead again. Remind yourself that you're safe. This looks like building routines that center around care for yourself instead of performance. All of this isn't about creating a new version of yourself. It's about leaning into and healing those different parts of you that are wounded. So if you've been leading with your wounded masculine energy, but you would like to heal your masculine energy, or if you've been leading with healthy masculine energy, but you would like to lean into your feminine energy or healing your feminine energy. So if any of this felt like I was speaking directly to you, that is not a coincidence. You've been strong for a long time, but strength does not have to look like overproving, overachieving, overworking, control, or exhaustion anymore. There is a version of you that doesn't live in survivor mode, and this healing is not going to happen overnight, but you can do it. If you're on this journey too, whether it's learning more about feminine or masculine energy, or how those show up wounded in our lives, or you're trying to lean into one of the energies more, let me know in the comments. Or just comment below, I feel this. And if this helped you, please pass my channel along to someone else who could benefit from this too. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.